Israel won't and can't sit on the sidelines. And so unless we do what we need to do to replace that regime, we are going to have very bad options in front of us. That's what leaders do. Leaders identify a problem, understand the nuances of the problem that we're dealing with, and then put together a strategy so we don't have to put our men and women in harm's way. It's exactly the opposite of what this president has done in this case, and it's the most important national security issue on his watch, and he has blown it.
Yeah.
That may be the issue of the day come this fall. A nuclear Iran, or on the precipice of Israel potentially having to go to war to stop that development. You better have a candidate who understands. It can be a clear contrast to the man in 2006 when we voted on my bill. Not only did Barack Obama vote no, but Joe Biden led a filibuster against my bill. Wow. If you want to know what position to take on any national security issue, I got a tip for you. Find out what Joe Biden thinks and take the opposite opinion. The issue may not be jobs in the economy. It may be something more fundamental and important than that. Having someone who stood up for something called freedom. We have a president right now that is systematically growing and expanding the size of government. Someone who is taking sectors of the economy and putting it under the thumb of the federal government. Do you know, in July of this year, that nobody in America will be able to go out and go to their local bank and get a student loan? You will have to call a federal call service run by the federal government. And you will get a loan at 6.5%. Well, the government will get the money at 2.5%. Well, wait a minute. Why is the government lending money at 6.5% if they get it at 2.5%? I thought the government was on your side. Well, anybody who doesn't know, the takeover of the student loan industry and putting hundreds, if not thousands, of people out of work at community banks was done as part of Obamacare. And the reason you pay the difference, that money is used to fund Obamacare. All of these little things, taking over student loans, putting community bankers out of business in order to take over the health insurance industry in our country, and have that be taken over by the federal. Speaker gave a shot. Oh, well, we're for repealing Obamacare. But where were they? Where were they when Obamacare was being debated? Where were they when the government was trying to take over the healthcare industry?
On the couch.
Let me tell you what I was doing 20 years ago when Bill Clinton first ran at this baby with Hillary Care. He was running for office in 1992 saying if you have a right to a doctor, you have a right to a lawyer, you have a right to a doctor. And everybody should have health care. Well, I was sitting on the budget committee as a freshman member of Congress. I was stirring things up as a member of the Gang of Seven. It was exposing corruption in the House, the check bouncing scandals and the post office scandal that sent the chairman of the Ways and Means Committee to jail. I was doing more than that, though. I was on the budget committee. And I kept hearing this candidate for president talk about how we have to reform the healthcare system. I thought, well, maybe we should have some ideas on our side. And so I worked with a guy by the name of John Kasich, who's now the governor of Ohio. And we came together, we talked and went through a whole bunch of ideas on the budget committee. We came up with an idea that we liked. It's now called health savings accounts. Did you ever hear of health savings accounts? Of course, Barack Obama wants to end health savings accounts. Wants to eliminate eliminate flexible spending accounts, has already reduced their ability to contribute to one. Why? Because he doesn't want you to control the money for health care. He wants to control the money for health care. That's the difference. Our plan that we put forward is a plan that says, believe in 300 million consumers to go out and purchase their health care. It's ordinary and necessary, and then purchase catastrophic insurance for when you need insurance. That's how health savings accounts work. It works well for everybody. It will transform the healthcare system in this country. We're slowly, over time, have gotten some things in place to help health savings accounts get off the ground, but there's always been opposed. And so when Obamacare came up, I stood aside and said, no, when Hillary Care, Obamacare didn't matter. I stood for private sector health care. Where was Mitt Romney? When I was fighting for health savings accounts, he was implementing Romney Care in Massachusetts. A government-run, top-down, we know best how to run your life healthcare system in Massachusetts. Governor Romney says, oh, it only affects the 8% of people who does not have insurance. That, ladies and gentlemen, is not the truth. It is a mandate on every single person in Massachusetts. Governor Romney said, well, we don't mandate Catholic hospitals to carry the morning after pill and abortifacient. That is not the truth. His administration did do that. Governor Romney says, oh, we don't have free abortions under Massachusetts health care. For low-income people, that is not the truth. And Governor Romney said at the debates time and time again, well, yes, I supported Romney Care, but I did not recommend that for President Obama. I said, take some of the good things that were in our program. That is not the truth. He recommended it over and over. They adopt the individual mandate. They put fines on people who don't buy insurance. And there are 15 things, major things, that are identical between the two bills. Ladies and gentlemen, Governor Romney's the worst on this issue in this race.